Yo, what is up, guys? So we're here to talk about the new Devil May Cry 5 gameplay demo that actually just came out. The gameplay that you guys are seeing is all my own gameplay, however, it's not live. This is something that I had recorded earlier, but it wasn't on my own setup. I was actually playing without headphones on a very, very large screen. But anyways, we'll go ahead and talk about it. I won't talk over the cutscenes, though, but I'll give you guys my thoughts and some feedback as well.
That's it. No more wheels from here.
Alright, guess I'm walking then.
Yo. Check it out.
What? And this is?
From Morrison. I think it's his manifesto.
Alright, so anyways, first off, the question I think a lot of you guys probably have is, what's new with this game, as well as, is the game good? Does it feel good? Because watching some of like the earlier iterations of what was shown, it seemed like it was a little bit slower, and I was kind of concerned about that. I'm hoping they're not going for more of like a Soulsborne feeling. Oh, no, they did not at all. And I'm talking about the earlier footage that was showcasing off one of the boss fights, but it had gotten way faster since then, and the gameplay itself feels really, really good. So, really to sum it up over here, the red orb is currency in the game. You use it to buy things. The green orbs give you health, and there's probably going to be a few other colors. There might be like a devil star, which is not actually in the demo here. But anyways, you're locked to only playing one character, which is Nero. But you have the devil breakers, which are these different hands that you can attach to yourself. But in order to actually change hands, because you have different ones, you actually have to use it up. So they are an item that is once used, that's it. But you're going to find a lot of them. It basically gives you a small little tutorial on that. You can actually charge the devil trigger, and it will consume it. The B button, or circle button if you're playing on PlayStation, is the devil trigger. So you have Gerba, and you have, I'm just going to call it green and blue because it's probably easier for you guys to kind of see it here. So Gerba is the green one. And what that allows you to do is pull yourself or pull enemies towards you. So I'm using it right there. There is also a button to actually target the enemy as well. So there is like a lock-on feature, so you can target things, lock on. And then that way the camera can be a little bit more forgiving because it's trying to make it a little bit easier for you. But, yeah, the game feels absolutely amazing. I would love to play as Dante, because he has a lot more to micromanage with the stances and doing things in between. Some of the moves are really good. But the game feels super smooth. Now, I was playing this on an Xbox One X at 1080p. I did also play it at 4K. I did notice, however, on 4K, that some of the areas, they would load in layers. This is obviously a demo, so this could be fixed. It's not something that I really care about, but I know someone out there might be like, what the heck, why is it still like loading on my screen? And it's just because you might not be playing on an Xbox One X as opposed to an Xbox One regular. But in addition to that, I am also playing again at 1080p. But the game feels really good. You could actually skip this entire not cutscene, but the scene with these tentacles. But green orb gives you health. Pretty straightforward here. But yeah, you don't actually need to kill these. I just ended up killing them. I'm not sure what number of playthrough this was. I actually played through the game a few different times. There's actually some secrets that you can also obtain. In fact, in the previous area, if you jump on the top of the highway, there is another set of things that you can smash for more orbs. This is actually another thing that is new to the series, is these, I don't know if they're ants. I want to call them like red ants, but basically they only run away. They don't fight back, but they have a pretty large amount of health. But they can run away and actually burrow into the ground. You'll see he's trying to do that right now. And if he gets away, well, you don't get the orbs. But basically, if any of you guys have played Diablo, there's a lot of games like this where they'll have it. In fact, Marvel Heroes has it, as well as Path of Exile. But it's basically a monster that doesn't fight back, and you try to kill as fast as possible because they yield items. But that's a cool addition to the game as well. I'm just so glad that we have Devil May Cry, like a new one. It's really good. Because I honestly did not expect them to come out with a new Devil May Cry game ever. I thought that was going to be it, but it's really awesome. Anyways, going back to what's new in this game and giving you guys my feedback on this, I like the new system. I really wish you could swap in between Gerba and Overtrue though. So you can see I'm using it and it consumes it. But another thing I want to mention is if you grapple an enemy and pull them towards you and you air hike off of them, it doesn't reset. Enemy step can infinitely be reset in this game, but air hike will not be able to let you actually gain height and infinitely reset itself with enemy step, and then you can just pull your enemy up over and over. You can't do that. Not that it's that big of a deal, but you can see, like, I'm able to jump off the enemy and do enemy step and then grab myself towards them over and over again. But eventually what will happen in the game is it will actually make you slowly descend. The reason why they probably did this is because it did have, not necessarily game breaking, but it let you progress in a way that you weren't really supposed to. So what you would be able to do before in some other Devil May Cry games is throw an enemy up and then basically infinitely juggle them to where you get high enough, and you can basically get to puzzles that you're not supposed to get towards, or areas that you would have to platform for, but you just get them by not doing it the proper way. So I'm not sure when this takes place in the game. I'm sure it's not the first level. But anyways, another thing I also wanted to mention, if any of you guys plan to play the demo, is like breaking breakables doesn't yield orbs. In previous Devil May Cry games, a lot of things were destructible and you would just gain orbs. I didn't find any secrets where, like, if you like destroyed like a very specific chair, it would give you like an arm or something. But anyways, the two arms that you have access to, at least in the demo, are Gerba and Overture. So the green one over here, what it allows you to do is pull your enemies towards you, or you can just pull yourself towards them, but you can always do that. But basically, that's what I use it for. You can also charge it up to do like kind of like a push, and then also you can see wire snatch over here. Feels really good, but the other one releases a blast, which I'm sure you'll see it later on. In fact, I'll be basically just using them so I don't have them equipped. So I'm sure you'll be able to get some upgrade later down the line that lets you hold more of the devil arms. But at the moment you can see where it says 2 out of 4. Those 2 arms that I have are both Gerba. You can hold multiple of the same one. You can max out on Gerba, which is what I usually do. Here's Overture over here, and we're just going to probably use it. So you, yeah, there you go. So you saw me. It's just like a blast. Now if you hold it down and you charge it up, you can actually consume it. And what it will do is it'll have a more powerful effect, but it destroys the devil arm in the process. There's also other ways that the devil arm can be destroyed if you're using it in mid-use. It can apparently also go away. I didn't have that happen to me at all. But what we just picked up over here, the Nidhogg, it's just a little item that you... It's basically a key. There's a lot of things in Devil May Cry which they're like a different object, but you just put it in and it opens the next area. Which it will do over here as well. It doesn't actually damage you. I actually was testing that out. I had a few playthroughs with it, but I can't wait to get my hands on it on my own setup. But yeah, behind here there's some more red orbs that you can pick up, and the more red orbs that you get, it's more currency. So this is basically money, if you will, in the game. It's currency. There's also these phone booths that are similar to the statues. So you can go ahead, actually I'm going to go ahead and answer this one. I'm like, okay, I need to record it for this gameplay. Because I recorded the game a few different times. Some of them I was skipping the cutscenes, but yeah.
Took you long enough, dumbass. What happened to the third ring room?
Tell you what, you call me from now on, and I'll hustle on over.
Alright, so yeah, that's where you would normally get your upgrades and stuff, but it's not available as of right now, but in the future it'll be pretty cool. So you can see I'm just using my abilities. So basically I'm getting rid of the blue arms and I want the green ones. I just prefer the green one myself, but we're coming up over to the boss right now, so yeah.
Somebody call a doctor?
I wasn't expecting any survivors.
joint ya. Hey, you happen to see a guy around here about this big uses a cane? I was supposed to meet him. Did you snack on him?
Your blood is a very precious sacrifice. Eating you would do me no good. I must have every last drop to rule the underworld as king.
King? You? I don't know. I mean, you're a big guy and all, but you seem more like a knuckle-scrapping fart in the wind than anything else. No offense.
Do you know who I am? I shall show you the wrath of the mighty Goliath.
Cool trick. Hey, do you do parties?
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and skip it to another section over here where I actually didn't skip out the cutscene after the fight. But yeah, like I said, I did play the game multiple times. This guy's got a very large health pool, but if you're having trouble defeating him, because he does have a lot of health, I feel like most of the level is relatively easy, but the boss, he's not super easy, especially if someone hasn't played Devil May Cry. Yeah, it's not incredibly difficult. Like, I've played through Devil May Cry on Hell in Hell, which is where the enemies have like more moves, and on top of that, you just die in one hit. But I was still learning the guy's pattern, I think, in this playthrough, because like I said, I didn't want to skip out the cutscenes. But the game, it really does feel good. Like, overall, here's my thoughts on the game. The sound is great. I know that they play the theme song, the Devil Trigger, over and over a lot, but I don't really mind it. I think it's a really good song. But now we're hearing another like BGM. But I like it. I feel like the sound's really great in this game. The gameplay is great. I would really like to try out Dante as well as V. But those are not playable currently as of right now. But the game feels really smooth, and I like it. Like I said, I was really surprised that we actually got another Devil May Cry, so I'm really hyped up about that as well. But like, to know that it's coming out in such a short amount of time too is great. The game feels totally fine. If any of you guys are worried about like, oh, the game's not ready yet, like, 'cause, heck, dude, I played so many games this year, and like the games just don't feel like they're. Even when the game is out, I feel like, dude, this is still not ready. They need to tune up the combat. In fact, for those of you guys that follow me on Twitch, you know that when I play a lot of new games, I complain about the combat not being like fast enough, and so many of these games that are coming out want like a Soulsborne style, and like that's just not what I'm into. Okay, it's just a different game genre, but oh, I'm just so glad to have like more hack and slash back. Waiting for that Bayonetta 3 as well, but yeah, the game feels really good. You can see I'm actually running pretty low in health. There is health that you can pick up on this boss fight, and the boss is, I would say, not the easiest if you haven't played Devil May Cry before, but there are health drops. There's actually 2 inside this statue. He'll like break it. Also, if you wanted to sit very, very far back and just shoot at him with a gun, you can technically do that. It doesn't do very much damage. I believe it's, I don't know if he's changed guns, but before it was called the Blue Rails, but it just doesn't do that much damage against him. It also could be because we don't have upgrades on it, but generally, unless you're playing like DMC2, you can't really do it on too many of the bosses. Like, they'll eventually have a moveset that is ranged or that will do something, but yeah, you can still see that we have 2 of our devil arms, and you can also get devil arms while you are fighting the boss. You'll see, I'll probably end up picking one up later on, but the game looks so good too. I'm not sure if, like, obviously there's, because I rendered it once obviously when recording it, but then also I have to upload it to YouTube, which is going to be another recording, and on top of that I guess I'm recording it twice now, because like I already have the footage which was recorded, and then I'm re-recording the footage, and then it's getting uploaded to YouTube. But the game looks damn good. Like, it definitely feels like a, I would say, pretty much perfect game as far as visuals go. Like I didn't notice any like hiccups on frame rate, which to me is very important in Devil May Cry, like, or any hack and slash really. It's like I prefer frame rate over graphics all the time, but the game looks damn good. There are some areas that look really dark, but it could have been the TV that I'm playing on as well. And also there's the gamma setting that I'm not sure what it was set to. But just seeing all the details, like where there's still flames where he landed, that's pretty cool too. I didn't notice that while I was playing, because I was just more excited. Oh my gosh, I'm actually playing it, like, it's crazy. But pretty much it's just a level and then you get a boss fight, and then that's the end of the demo, but I played it several times. In fact, I would still be playing it if I had it. But I'll be playing it next week, hopefully when it comes out on PS4. I'm guessing that's when it should be out for PS4. But it's a free demo, by the way. You don't have to pre-order the game. If any of you guys have it an Xbox, yeah, it's free to download it, which is awesome. I'm wondering if there's going to be anything exclusive. But you can see I used the devil arms, and I was able to just get rid of me being sucked in by his little tornado thing. I actually ended up reaching like an invisible wall where like I was just forced to get sucked in. But yeah, he can shoot out fireballs. It's pretty easy if you just stay on the ground against this boss. So over here, I was actually looking for some health. But yeah, you can jump up to avoid taking damage. So that move you actually can't dodge in the air. In fact, I don't think that there is a dodge button. I actually didn't even look at the controls, to be honest, for the game. But like in DMC, you had like a dedicated like angel or demon evade, and the demon evade would increase your attack. But it's not too difficult to evade the attacks. However, if you're in the air, you can evade with air hike, which is basically the double jump in the game. But like I said before, you can't infinitely grapple towards the enemy and then enemy evade and air hike, and you can't do that and consistently stay in the air. It has some, I don't know what the number of jumps are actually, to where the game's like, okay, he's jumped enough, don't let him jump anymore. Or it basically makes you descend, so that way you can't stay in the air forever. But there might be some other upgrade that lets you do that. Again, this is just the demo, but man, I loved it. Anyways, we're coming up to the final cutscene over here before it says, bye now! Alright, so that's going to be the end of the demo here. Oh, well, this one only has an A rank, but I'll be uploading a lot more later next week. I believe when it comes out on PlayStation, I might start doing some demo speedruns. I just want to play Devil May Cry, honestly. But it's now going to go ahead and just go to the screen where it says you can buy now, or go to the title screen. But that's pretty cool. Oh, let me pause it right here, because it actually explains what you... does it say what you get in the digital deluxe? So the digital, or the deluxe edition, it's not digital, but the deluxe edition includes 5 downloadable weapons, 12 battle themes, additional voice work, live action, video content, more. But I hope it's not like only available on Xbox. I don't think so. But nonetheless, it is exclusive right now to the Xbox as far as the demo goes. But I think at this point, it's just going to go... I'm just going to hit the title screen. But yeah, that is Devil May Cry 5's demo. Would love to know what you guys thought of it as far as watching the game. I know I don't upload that much Devil May Cry because, well, like, it's been a while since we had one. I actually have streamed all of the Devil May Cries over on my live stream. But yeah, it's just going back to the intro now. But anyways, now that you guys have seen it, it's pretty good. I said what I wanted to say. I feel like there's nothing, like, there's no complaints really other than I want this game, like, right now. I wish you could select all the characters too. That would be really awesome if you could just select all the characters. You had access to all the characters at the start, but that probably won't make sense for the story. But perhaps after you finish the game, they'll allow you to play through the game as another character. I'm actually kind of curious to see how they do that. If any of you guys remember Devil May Cry 4, it was basically you play the entire game as Nero, then you go all the way backwards as Dante. And I hope that's not the case. I hope you get to play each one of them, or perhaps you get to select which one you want to play after like a level or two maybe of each. Then you get to choose who you want to play for the rest of the game. But yeah, the other characters aren't available as of right now, but they will hopefully be available in another demo. I doubt it because the game's coming out so soon. It's coming out in March. They're also adding Bloody Palace in April, which also got announced, which is basically like the endless mode. Well, it usually goes up to 100 and something. But really cool stuff indeed. But anyways, those are my thoughts on the new Devil May Cry 5's demo. I know I sound like a fanboy, but I honestly am. I really have nothing negative to say about the game. But it will be indeed fun. I'll be definitely live streaming it. I'll probably just start doing speedruns of the demo later, again, once it comes out for PS4. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the Devil May Cry 5 demo if you guys have played it. Let me know what you think of it, and if you're just watching this, let me know, guys, what you think of it. Is this a game that you guys would be really interested in playing yourself? Because I was genuinely surprised that there was that many people hyped up to play Devil May Cry. For me, I thought this was more of a niche game. In fact, in a lot of single-player games these days, like, they've all moved on to, like, other things. In fact, I was surprised they didn't announce Devil May Cry Battle Royale, but honestly, I would be okay with that, too, because that would be something super different. But anyways, I ranted long enough. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button if you want to see some more games when they come out. And like I said, I'll definitely be covering this game. I'll be playing the entire game, probably doing some speedruns as well. We'll see what we can do with the game. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out. Have a good one. I am signing out.